Okay, so I just paste the link for your attendance for this week. So take your time to fill in your name and your matric number. Okay. While waiting for your other friends to join. Okay, are you guys done? Okay, I think I can proceed with our slide lah. Okay. All right, so this is our still another chapter 1. Even though the slide is we have only 8 slides, okay, only a very short slide. But then this chapter, this slide still is still covered in your what we call quiz 1 lah. Okay, so I hope you guys pay attention. Okay. So this is about entrepreneurship in Malaysia. Last week, I have covered about what is entrepreneurship, and then who are the entrepreneurs, what are the concept of the entrepreneurship, and then the characteristic of the entrepreneurs, and then among other things lah. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to look at the entrepreneurship in Malaysia. Okay, after we achieved our independence in 1957, okay. The government has introduced several policy and also guideline in order to promote the entrepreneurship process or entrepreneurship activities in Malaysia. So why? Because after the British came, so they guide us, okay, toward certain activities, okay, economic activities. But then we are separated, okay. So different group of people, different race of people are separated according to their own activities, okay. Their own different activities, okay. For example, those group of people who live in the urban area, so they are prone to do the business, okay. They are tend to involve in the entrepreneurship process, entrepreneurship activities, okay. But then for those group who live in the rural area, which is in village lah, okay, orang kampung kan, in estate, so they have other activities, okay, the other economic activities. So usually they heavily involved in agriculture lah, okay, or pertanian, such as penanaman getah, okay, we have estate, we have many other things lah, okay, which is not related to the entrepreneurship. So that is why lah, after independence, there are a huge difference between those who can they can do the business and those who cannot. So that is why we want to promote the entrepreneurship process, so that the differences is not too far lah, too far apart from among the group lah, okay. So that is why we have our first policy, which is new economic policies, and then we have national development plan, and then followed by the national vision policy, and in 2010 we have new economic model, okay, until 2020, okay. And then apart from that, the government also stress the importance of entrepreneurship in higher education lah, okay, which is us lah, okay. We in a higher institution in Malaysia, so somehow or other we also involved, okay, in the entrepreneurship process, okay, especially among the student lah, okay. Okay, so this is a little bit of the background of what happening, okay, back then, see. you can see after the independence, the Malays, Kadazan and Iban were left out in the term of economic progress as compared to Chinese who live and own business in cities. Okay, so that is why lah, because of these differences. Okay, because these differences actually is set by our colonies lah, which is penjajah sebelum ni kan. So that is why they have set these economic activities. So that is why we want to eliminate this what we call the differences. Okay, so the government decided to implement new economic policies, or we call it NEP. Okay, to address this problem or issue. Okay. So what is the NEP? Okay, so the NEP started in 1971, and then it is incorporated in the first outline perspective plan. Okay, from 1971 to 1990. Okay. So the main objective of this NEP is formulated, okay, in order to achieve, we have the two-pronged strategy, which is first we want to eradicate poverty, okay, mengurangkan kemiskinan, okay, ataupun menghapuskan kemiskinan among Malaysian, okay, and then second is we want to restructure the Malaysian society to in order to correct its economic imbalance, okay, because those who live in urban area, they have better economy, okay, they have better economic activities, they have better income, and then they know better about entrepreneurship activities, okay, while those compared to those who live in the village or in rural area, so they are left out, okay, they cannot follow much, okay, regarding the advancement of the economy and also the entrepreneurship activities. So that is why lah, this NEP is introduced in order to correct this imbalance in the economy, okay. And then second one, okay, after that, our nation also introduced the National Development Plan, NDP, okay. So it is basically introduced in 1991 until 2000. Alright, so it is incorporated in Malaysia's second outline perspective plan. So apart from the two basic of the NEP lah previously that I explained to you, then they have another one, another objective lah, okay, which is there are several more, such as to address hardcore poverty, okay, because our country is still new at that time, but then so in order to address the economic imbalance, in order to make sure that we achieve our a better nation, okay, we have, in order to move from our less developed country to more advanced or more developing country, so we have to address the poverty lah among society. So that is why lah the poverty group, okay, become attention, okay, become the main attention from our local government lah at that time, okay, in order to make sure that we can address the problem, okay. And then second one is to emphasize employment opportunities, okay. This is another example of how we want to reduce the poverty, okay, because when we talk about poverty, it means that people have less money, okay, they don't have a lot of buying power in order to buy stuff, in order to buy even the basic need, they find it very difficult to buy, okay. For example, they don't have a perfect shelter, don't have a perfect balanced food, okay, such as nutritional food, okay. So that is why lah when our country have a lot of people that is categorized under poverty, so it will become a problem. So in one of the solution in order to reduce the poverty is by introducing, or we provide employment opportunity to Malaysian. So how we want to provide opportunity? By encouraging the entrepreneurship process lah, okay, because when more people are involved in entrepreneurship process, so they are going to create employment, okay, they want to create a career lah, so it means that they need to hire people in order to make sure that the business runs smoothly. So that is why lah when entrepreneurship increase, so the level of employment also should be increased lah, okay. And then the third one is to rapid development of an active BCIC. So BCIC ni is about certain group lah. So if I'm not mistaken, we call it uh, BCIC. You can see in detail in Google. So it's about the commercial and industrial community. So that is what we call that is what I mean by the BCIC lah. Okay. And then the fourth one is relying on private sector to achieve restructuring objective. So that is the objective lah of the NDP. And then after that, in 2001, okay, we can see the transition there. Okay, in 2001, we have another policy, which is the National Vision Policy, or NVP. Okay, so the aim is to establish a progressive and prosperous Malaysian race to ensure national unity. Okay, so the aim is the main objectives is to develop knowledge-based society in Malaysia. So what it means by knowledge-based society? So before this, maybe we have a basic need, right? Maybe we have a basic knowledge. For example, let's say we attend school from our year 1, right? From kindergarten until our form 5. So that is what we call the basic knowledge lah. Okay, but then in order to develop knowledge-based society, we need to have more people who possess more than the basic knowledge lah. Okay, so that is why what we call the university established. Okay, we have college, we have high institution. So that is one of the effort in order to make sure that we as a Malaysian have a better knowledge. Okay, so knowledge can be in the form of how you want to start business, or how you want to be an engineer, how you want to be skilled in certain area, or certain expertise lah. So when people have more knowledge, so it can benefit people more lah. It can benefit society even more. Okay, so that is why that is the main purpose. And then B is eliminating poverty in remote areas among Bumiputera minorities in Sabah and Sarawak. Okay, and then to help them raise their quality of life. Okay, for lowest 30% income category. So the main purpose of this national vision policy is to target a certain group lah, especially in Sabah and Sarawak, and then those who categorized under lowest 30 income category. Okay, so in order to make sure that they have a better quality of life, so that is why lah this policy is introduced. Okay, and then to increase participation in the ownership lah. Okay, equity ownership, and then become a leading sector of the economy. Okay, we want to increase the participation of the people. Okay, and then when we move to 2010, okay, 2010, we have another plan lah. Okay, so the new economic model, we call it NEM. So basically, this is formulated by country's National Economic Advisory Council. So the aim is to be developed nation in 2020. Okay, this is the what we call the objective of our country at that moment lah. Okay, when this new economic model is introduced, so the purpose is to be a developed nation in 2020. Okay, so so that the population can enjoy a higher quality of life with a high level of income resulting from the economic growth that is both inclusive and sustainable. Okay, and then the NEM is envisioned for the economy of the Malaysia to be a market lead, well-governed and regionally integrated, entrepreneurial and innovative. Okay, you can see here the keyword lah. Even though all the previous policy also focus on entrepreneurship, okay, they want to encourage entrepreneurship process or entrepreneurial process. But then, as you can see, the keyword here, as I highlight here, okay, I bold here, for the economy of Malaysia. So it means that for the whole Malaysia lah, okay, it's not just part of certain group or certain state lah in Malaysia. But then this time is for the whole nation. Then as you can see, another point is one of the key elements to attain these objectives is for the country to have conducive environment for entrepreneurship development of its people. So it means this model, this plan actually envision to help improve the whole economy of Malaysia lah, okay, instead of certain groups such as this NVP, right? So previously we have NVP, but then it focus on certain group only, okay, like Sabah, Sarawak, and the lowest 30 income category 30%. But then in this one, it's focus on the whole country lah. So that is the differences, okay. So that's it for the economy. But then now we move, we look at the how entrepreneurship is encouraged in higher education. Okay. So the Ministry of Higher Education recognized the need to encourage more entrepreneurial culture among higher education institutions in Malaysia. Okay. To develop graduates who are entrepreneurial in thinking, possessing a range of essential skills and attributes to make a meaningful and productive contribution to the real world. Okay, so it is outlined in the shift of one of the Malaysian Education Blueprint 2015 to 2025. Okay, so the main purpose of the government to introduce or to encourage entrepreneurial activity in among higher education is because instead of graduate who looking for a job after they graduate, okay, then they can move that mindset, they can change that mindset into become a job creator. Okay, so you can see here, right? Uh, Education and to shift the mindset of Malaysia's younger generation from job seeker to job creator. Okay, so that is the main purpose lah. Okay, because now we have a lot of institution, we have a lot of higher institution. Okay, of course it translate into a lot of graduates. Okay, so that is why lah. As you guys know, after you graduate, after we all graduate from any institution, we are going to compete in terms of looking for a job lah. So that is why to reduce the unemployment levels, so one should become a job creator instead of just becoming a job seeker. Okay, so that is the purpose lah. Okay, so that's it for our chapter 1B for today. As I said to you, it's just a short slide. So guys, is there any question that you would like to ask?
Sir,
Yes.
I got a question, sir.
Yes.
But it's not related to our topic.
Okay.
Can I ask, what's the difference between businessman and entrepreneur, sir?
Okay, businessman too. Actually, if you are involved in any organization, okay, so we can call it as a businessman lah. Then for those who for the entrepreneur, so of course you actually you own a firm, okay, and then you run a business, then you organize everything by yourself lah. So that is what we call, that's the difference between the two. Okay, and then one more thing, as we look at the characteristic of the entrepreneur, they are more proactive, they become more innovative, so they tend to what we call compete, okay, compete with the competitors. So that is the characteristic of the proactive lah. Okay, and then they are a risk taker, and then they become competitive aggressiveness. Okay, and then some of them have the autonomy. So that is what we call the characteristic of the entrepreneurs. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay. So okay, guys, I believe you guys have choose your group members to be in your group lah, to do in order to do the assignment. So have you done it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so okay, now I just want to show you the template lah. I need you guys to fill in this template. Nampak tak? Can you see it? Nampak kan? Okay. Okay, I want you guys to okay maybe I will give the link to you, okay, for you to fill in your group members lah. Okay, for example, maybe in this class we have 6 group, okay, maybe 6 or even more. If you have more group, you can add another group lah. Okay, so I want you to put your name and your group members, okay, until 10 lah. Okay, because every group need at least 10 people. Okay, not at least lah, should have 10 people. Okay, so you fill in this thing. So the reason I did this is because I want to make sure that everyone have their own group. So nobody is left out. Okay, saya tak nak tengok lah at the end of the semester rupanya ada student yang tak ada group, macam tertinggal. So that's why lah I need you guys to fill in lah. Okay, to fill in your name so that we can trace those who don't have a group yet. Okay, so I give you the link. Wait, okay, I will give you the link in what we call this. Okay, in the comment section, link for group assignment. Okay, okay, I just paste the link for the group assignment. And then I will also give the link to your WhatsApp group WhatsApp as well. Okay, link for group assignment. Okay, have you got it? Dapat tak? Guys, dapat tak?
Dapat sir.
Mana? Okay, nanti isi lah. Make sure you isi, nanti saya akan trace lah. Tengok masih ada yang belum ada group ke, okay. Okay, for attendance also I put the link in the group WhatsApp lah. Okay, so you guys can see and fill in your name. Okay, so aside from that, do you have any more question? Any other question that you would like to ask? Next week tak ada kelas tau sebab kita cuti apa? Kamu you are given exemption right to do the class for next week, right? So on Thursday, so you don't have class. Because it's we public holiday if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we will meet again on the next 2 weeks lah. Okay, ada soalan tak? Is there any question that you would like to ask?
No, doctor.
Regarding this the slide note that I just teach you guys, okay, today I already uploaded in our Google Classroom, so you guys can go and check on the week 2. Okay, so I put the note on the week 2 section, so you can get the slide from there. Okay. So class, ada apa soalan tak before we end our class? Okay, this is our online class, so there's not many activities that we can do together, okay, right? So that is why sometimes we have to finish Sometimes we can finish early because we didn't do the group activities or class activities. Okay, so that's why lah. Okay, we have a question. How is Mohe supposed to help students to become job creator? Okay, okay. Actually, through the program lah, program introduced in university. Okay, for example, okay. Actually, during my first degree, okay, when I did my bachelor degree, okay, I did it in Unimed. So actually, I'm a Unimed alumni. Okay, so in 2013, if I'm not mistaken, we have a program. Okay, the program is conducted by the Kementerian lah. Okay, so with a collaboration with SME Corp Malaysia. So that is the government bodies who handles the small and medium enterprise in our country lah, in Malaysia. Okay, those company who have employees between 5 to 200 employees. So that is the firm that is categorized under SME or small and medium enterprise. So that's why lah. Okay, from that collaborations between university and also SME Corp, so they make a program. Okay, they made a program for the university student to join and attend. Okay, to be active. It's like we are working directly with the entrepreneurs lah. So okay. So at that time, we are divided into 5 group. So each group have 5 members. So from that, we are attached to one firm. Okay, so we use our knowledge. For example, maybe like myself lah, because I'm in business, so I use my knowledge in order to guide the entrepreneurs. Okay, so the entrepreneurs are in place lah. Okay, so we guide the entrepreneur in order to make sure that they can compete, they can know how to compete with the competitors, to follow the market trend, right? And then a lot other thing lah. Okay? But at the same time, we as a student, we also learn something from the industry, from the entrepreneur itself lah. Okay, because the attachment is the program is around 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that's why it's quite useful for us lah as a student. So from that, that is the one of the program lah that is introduced by our Kementerian, okay, in higher institution. So in order to promote or to expose the students to entrepreneurship. Okay. Tapi ada jugalah, ada program-program lain, macam ada juga pertandingan kan, pertandingan yang lain ke, ataupun baru yang baru ada 2-3 tahun lepas kan, if I'm mistaken, SSM datang ke universiti kan, dia macam menggalakkan student untuk membuka syarikat kan. Itu salah satu contoh lagi lah. Okay, so ada apa lagi tak soalan before we end our class, because today is only a short slide. Is there any question before we end our class? So the silence mean, I believe there's no question lah. Okay, so thank you guys for coming for this week. So I hope to see you guys for the next 2 weeks lah. Okay, so those especially for the Indian. Okay, so happy Diwali to you guys for the next week. Okay, and then I hope you guys take care of yourself. Okay, even we all lah. Okay, because it's public holiday, so jaga diri. Okay, okay. So thank you for coming to this class. Okay. Hope to see you guys again. Okay, assalamualaikum and good evening. Don't forget attendance, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Laju je.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay.
Thank you, Doctor.